Greetings, family. Welcome to another one of our YouTube Frank 26 videos. It's good to be with you once again. What's today? Think the 22nd? Yeah, it's the 22nd of August 2019. And I welcome you. What we're going to do tonight is continue to talk to you about how to exchange. We're going to make a series of these YouTube videos to start to explain, in my opinion, how to exchange. By the way, this is a study of the Iraqi dinar. It is a speculative investment. There is no date, there is no rate to be offered here. Okay? And you know, as much as I say it every time when we're done every day with our YouTube videos, inside of our forum at ktfalways.com, there it is. Questions. Okay, so which is it? Is it going to happen on September the 3rd? No, he said October the 1st is when it was going to happen. No, he said when they come back from. It doesn't matter how many times I tell you there is no date, there's no rate. You insist on finding one. Not much I can do about that. Can't change the masses' opinions, you know. So when we see those kind of questions, we just remove them. We don't have the time. And I'm so sorry about that. We used to before. We don't have the time anymore. Just, the days are just consumed. I counted them today, 122 phone calls. I don't even know how many texts. Then you may say, well, turn off your phone, Frank. Do you understand the people that call me? They're innocent people, a lot of baby boomers, a lot of widowers, people that don't speak English. Resulta que yo hablo español, so me llaman porque necesitan información, están perdidos y están asustados y no saben qué hacer. So llaman a Frank 26 y le preguntan preguntas. To be bilingual is a service, and it's helpful for those that don't understand English. What did he say? I'm so confused. I wish I could learn, and we teach them in Spanish. Tonight, the very first thing we're going to start with, unfortunately, is a tragedy, garbage, evil. I got a phone call. I got a phone call this morning telling me that a gentleman that many of us know, that many of us have supported, we're talking a lot of money, over the years. And it was Christian love. His name is Earl Kennedy. Earl Kennedy tells us that he's suffering from prostate cancer. So we got together at KTFA, and a lot of us have been helping him for many years now. Well, got a phone call this morning, and someone told me Earl Kennedy is dead. I thought, wow, that's sad. Then I get a phone call from someone telling me, here, I have a phone number here. They just called me, Frank, and they need identification. If anybody knows Earl Kennedy, they're looking for the next of kin. They don't know what to do with the body at the hospital. Well, let me call them. I'll see what I can do. Hello, ring a ding ding, 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 ring a ding ding. And it dawned on me, I thought, oh, something's wrong. So I just said a prayer about it. But I did go into our forum and I said, our brother's dead. Let us pray, amen. About an hour ago, I get another phone call from an individual that said, I just talked to Earl Kennedy. I said, what? Yeah, he's crying on the phone. You see, Earl Kennedy, for the last, 10, 11 years, he lives on a porch. of a man's house. It's not easy in the wintertime. So anyways, and he's suffering from prostate cancer. So we all pitched in to help him. And I guess there's evil people out there that are jealous that we helped him. So they called him throughout the day. He said he got over 20 calls. I didn't talk to him. My friend did. And my friend says, yeah, he's crying and he doesn't understand what's going on. He got so many calls today and they all were yelling and screaming and calling him names. And one of them was, Earl said one of them was from Frank 26. It said Frank 26 on his phone. He was shocked, you know. And my friend says, Earl, did it sound like Frank? No. Earl, for some reason, somebody is mad at you. And anybody can make it seem like they're calling somebody through their phone. It's a little trick you can do. But these evil people don't know that when you do that, you leave markers. Actually, they're called tracers. And it's easy to find out who it is that's sending those calls. And when I found out who it was, it actually broke my heart. And I thought, you know, it's amazing. I work like an animal. And this man is innocent. Why would you pick on him, you animal? So I don't, you know, I don't have the time, unfortunately, and I haven't even talked to Earl yet. I had my friend tell Earl, you know, I say hi and just be strong. And I'm glad he hasn't passed away. But these animals that did this today, yeah, we just turned them over to the authorities. Alrighty, so that's that. That's one of a day that consisted of so many. But very soon, I will follow one of my things I'm going to share with you tonight. So, what are we going to do tonight? Two things. Number one, we're going to do the continuing study on what do we do when we go to exchange. The first video dealt with the currency. We showed you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think it was 12 features on the front and the back. Now that you're convinced that you have the real dinar, what's the next thing you're going to do? That's what we're going to talk about. And then, if we have the time, I'm going to continue and I'm going to read to you our Firefly report from today. This whole conversation is in my opinion. I am not a financial wealth advisor. I am not a bookkeeper. I am not an accountant. I'm not a CPA. I don't work for the IRS. If anything, I don't even know if you know who I am or what I am. I actually have a background in biology. I'm a respiratory therapist. My family, together we own a restaurant. It's called El Típico. It's been, this coming May will be 52 years. Wow. We're the oldest Mexican restaurant in the city of Toledo. And that's me. So I'm not in a position to tell you what to do when it comes time to exchanging. So what I'm going to do instead is tell you that this is all my opinion, and these are some of the things that I'm going to do. I'm not telling you to do these things. I'm telling you that this is what I intend to do. Number one, about maybe we'll do a dozen points, maybe 15. If I'm in a good mood, we'll go to 20. There's a lot of things that can be taught to you. So here we go. Number one. They say that clothes makes a man. Clothes also makes a woman. If you're going to go and exchange the Iraqi dinar, or for that matter, any currency, for a good profit, it would seem to me that you would want your attire to reflect that. I don't think you want to go dressed up like Mr. Clampett, with a t-shirt and a hat and a piece of straw sticking out of your mouth. I honestly believe that you will be treated as they see you. It may seem like such a small thing, but go dress properly. I will be going in a three-piece suit. I'm also going to take a briefcase with me. Ladies, I know you have purses. Gentlemen, what do you have? Take a briefcase with you. I think that it would serve you well. And put in that briefcase the things that you need. You may find it silly. An energy bar. Some Tylenol. Bottle of water. Maybe a little Ziploc bag with a can't even think of what I want to say. A towelette, or maybe those wipies. The ones you pop and. Yeah. I know you may think that this is useless. It's not. Pencil and paper, pads. Take everything that you need in that briefcase as if it was a doctor's bag. Number 2, your dinars. You're going to have to determine how many dinars you're going to go and take on that first day that you go to exchange. By the way, take a picture of the front and the back of your dinars. But Frank, I've got 10 million. I don't care. Do you understand what each one of those denominations is worth to you? Spend a little time, invest, and make sure that you document each dinar, in my opinion, front and back. There's a reason why, and we'll talk about it in a minute. Number 3, get yourself your receipts. The bank is not going to say to you, Mr. Smith, may I see your receipt for these dinars? They don't care. A receipt will come more when maybe, if you're ever audited, and you're sitting there in front of the IRS agent, and they say, so you claim 10 million dinars? Mm-hmm. You exchanged them and you made a capital gains? Mm-hmm. You paid your taxes on them? Mm-hmm. Can you prove that those were your dinars? Mm-hmm. My receipts. If you don't have a receipt, what do you do? I don't know. Well, maybe you paid with it with a check. Get the canceled check. Maybe you paid with it with your credit cards. Get your credit card statement of that month. When the product arrived to you, it came in an envelope. You should always save the receipt, the dinar, and the envelope. The envelope. Nobody ever. Why the envelope, Frank? The envelope is time-stamped. Yeah, receipts are more important later, not when you exchange, but I wanted to talk about it. Because what happens if, for example, you want to give, I don't know, 1 million dinars to your brother, your sister? Well, take that receipt. Okay, it says here I got myself 2 million dinars. It's in my name. Back there's the date. There's my address. There's the receipt and the amount. But I want to give 1 million of this to my brother. Hmm. Make a copy of this receipt. Zoom, zoom. Before you make a copy of the receipt, down at the bottom, do the following. I, so and so, on this date, turn over 1 million dinars of this receipt to who? So and so, and by the way, put your name, your address, your email, your phone number, your date of birth, everything that can identify you, social security number, the whole whatever. And then underneath the same thing, as much data as you can to identify that the both of you are in agreement with this transaction. And then, yeah, go ahead and make a copy. Zoom, zoom. And now you've got a copy, which basically is saying that you're the owner of 1 million of this receipt. And this individual is the owner of the other 1 million receipt. Do we need this notarized? Now, remember, I am not a professional. I am not a wealth manager advisor. I am not a certified public accountant. I am not a bookkeeper. I am not an IRS agent. You better make sure you double check everything I'm telling you. You got that? Okay. It's called gifting. It's called gifting. Alrighty, number 4. You ready to go? Got your briefcase? Got your dinars? Got your receipt? Got your cookies in the suitcase? You look pretty good. Look sharp. Look at that. Now, turn around. Let me see. You're looking good. All right, let's go. Now, what do you mean, let's go? Who are you going by yourself? Look, you're going to a very special event in your life, an epic event, historical. You don't want to make any mistakes. Sure, you're going to do your homework long before you get in that car and go to the bank to exchange. You don't want to make any mistakes. So I am going to create a group, advisors, an entourage, whatever you want to call it, my friends. And it will consist of hold on, please, walking stick. I don't mind sharing. First of all, this is our friend, Walking Stick. I told him, I said, sir, I'm sorry that I was not able to send my report in. It was very busy, and we even had somebody that passed away. And he responds just right now by saying the following. Is it there, Jim?
Lift it up a little bit. There you go.
And my friend says, Walking Stick says, hey, no problems. I'm sorry to hear that. Please express my condolences. Well, Walking Stick, it turns out that it was an evil thing somebody tried to do. And then he says, for your information, actually, you see, up here is where I told him, I said, our fireflies, it seems to be slow. And he said, and you read it already, for your information, Frank, all else aside, it was not a slow news day by any means. We have a lot. I would think that Delta's side may have seen much. Now, either way, we'll talk tomorrow. Oh, my nurse just arrived. All righty. We're blessed that, God took his hands and he raked some very talented people to KTFA. While I was watching it all unfold, I don't take any credit for for our teams. I give all honor and glory to our Heavenly Father and to our teams. So, you ready to go? Okay. You got your little group? Who are you taking with you? I want to take somebody that can spiritually fortify me, that can pray with me, that can counsel me in a spiritual manner, someone that I trust. Who are you going to take? I was thinking of taking my minister. That's a good idea. Or maybe I can take my mom or my dad or both of them. That's a good idea. They were the first ones to counsel you, weren't they, when you was a little baby? Yeah. You still take their advice? Yeah. Do you realize that when you're sitting there, your thoughts will be racing at the speed of light? Yeah. You ever sprint? You ever run? No. The back of your heels, if you're really sprinting and moving your arms properly, the back of your heels are hitting your buttocks. Your heels with every step is pushing you even forward. Your brain is going to be moving at the speed of light, and you're not going to be able to think properly, and you're going to say things that are stupid. You're going to make the wrong decision, even though you laid it all out. There it is, okay. And then when you get home, you're going to say to yourself, oh, why did I give in? Why did I do that? So your console next to you will be the very first ones to say, hey. I don't care what the bank manager says. Family, this is your turn. Take all the time you need. So, spiritual person. Okay. Who else would you take with you? Family member? Well, I just mentioned that. My wife? My husband? You better. You better. Who else would I take with me? I'm taking a lawyer with me. I want to make sure that every proceeding, even though I know it forward and backwards, I can recite it in my dreams. I know the chain of command of what I want to do with my exchange. But I think that having a lawyer by my side gives me great confidence. You think we can get this protected? All right. What do you think about that spread? Yeah. Do we use the irrevocable funds for IRS? Or are we going to use like nonprofit organizations for that one? If I get that house, can we put that in a trust fund? Okay. All right, let me exchange this much. I'm ready to, you make a proper decision with the proper information. You need data, empirical data. Okay? Make sure that your entourage are the ones that you can trust, not some fool that's there because he's excited that you're going to make a lot of money. Recording devices. Huh? Yeah, in fact, look here on the phones. Oh, they got, there's that funny looking thing. Is that what that is? Looks like a heartbeat. You see that right there? And if you hit it, oh, look at it. You can record. Yeah. Let me see. Let me see. I hit this and it goes, hello? Who this? And then you say done. You say stop, and you save it. And then if you want to listen to it, here's what it sounds like afterwards. It goes, hello? Who this? Who this? Okay. And then you say done. You say shut up. So, yeah. Now, don't do it, under the table, in the suitcase, under the armpit, whatever, Can you talk into the armpit? Huh? No, tell the guy, I need to make a recording. No problem. They better say no problem. It's just like having a secretary with you. Should you take a secretary, somebody that's going to dictate and write down everything? Yeah, it's called a recording. Backup for a backup. I suppose a voice recording is good, but if you can do a video recording so that it can be visual and audio, yeah. Do you realize that you're going to walk into an environment with a suitcase of some worth and value? Don't you think that people know this? You're going to advertise when you're going to go to the bank? You better not. I would take somebody bigger than me. I'm taking my Marines with me. Oh, you could have a police escort. Try not to draw attention to yourself. Oh, look at that big limousine that just pulled up in front of the bank. Oh, look at that guy's coming out. What are you going to do? I'm here to exchange my dinars. No talk lot. No talk lot. So, an expert, more expert than you, some recording devices, somebody to protect you. All right, so that's my entourage I take. A lawyer, advise spiritual people. All righty. Thank you. Number 5. Identify yourself. Hi, my name is Francisco Villa. Can you prove it? My card. I'm serious. Takes all forms of identification. Take your passport with you. In fact, let me get back to the passport in a second. Take your Social Security card with you. Take 2 forms of bills in your name with your address, like the electricity bill, the gas bill, the phone bill, whatever bills you may have. Yeah, Social Security cards, passport. Make sure the passport isn't expired. Like I said, I'll come back to that. Driver's license. Now, here's the thing about driver's license. More than likely, the one that you have in your pocket right now, if it's not the real ID, REAL ID, then you better go get it. In fact, I think it's sometime next year, you won't be able to get on an airplane unless you have the real ID driver's license. It's because of what happened in 9/11. Those people that crashed the airplanes at the tower, they got false identities very quickly, very easily. No more. No more. The passport, it's important. Make sure that it's not expired. If you don't have one, go get one. I don't want one, Frank. I tell you what, I'll come back to the passport in another part. Let's move on. Number 6. Never, never, never. Did I say never? Never let your dinars out of your sight. Where are they at? Right here. Where are they at? Right here. Where are they at? Well, the bank that I went to said they didn't have a means of identifying my dinars. So they took them from me and they sent them to their headquarters, Mother Bank in the state, and they said they'll send them back to me in about a week, and if they're real, if they're approved, then I'll get to exchange them then. No. I truly believe that this is a wealth transfer that's coming from the same place where the first wealth transfer occurred. You know, the three men that arrived, not with three camels, but a whole caravan. Oh my, look at all this. How long y'all been traveling? Months, following that star. My goodness. That's a lot of camels. And they're all loaded? Yeah, many different kings are sending gifts to the chosen one. Oh. So Mary and Joseph were stewards of this wealth. So that baby Jesus could accomplish his mission in 33 years. And sure, a lot of people were helped with that money. And I strongly believe that a second wealth transfer is now coming from the same place. The same exact place. Coincidence. No, I don't believe in coincidences. I don't believe in the no-win scenario either. We won. And if we won, it is our job to be stewards of this second blessing that's coming. My wife and I, we were blessed with 2 children. That's exactly what they were, blessings. We raised them for God, in the way of God, so that they would know God. Our 2 beautiful children. And God gave them to us to raise them, to steward them. And you know something? Did we ever get babysitters for them? Maybe mom and dad took care of them every now and then.
That was Grandma and Grandpa's.
Grandma, grandpa, that's family.
No babysitters.
But no babysitters that I know of.
Nope.
Never. We never got a babysitter for our children. You know why? Because God gave those children as a blessing, and he said, take care of them. And I said, I will never let them out of my sight. I promise you. And in the same manner, I think that something so valuable that is coming from God to you, you should not let out of your sight. You have no idea what will happen when those dinars go in someone else's hands. I mean, more than likely nothing will, but what if it does? Oh, I'm sorry, you've lost. Well, we sent your dinars in our armored truck to Cincinnati's main bank, and when it was going there, it blew up. The engine caught on fire. Don't worry. Says here you got about $1,150 worth of what is that? Collectibles? Is that what you wrote down? Okay. We'll get you your $1,150. Guaranteed, no problem. It was worth a lot more than that now. Yeah, never let your dinars out of your sight. They were assigned to you by God as a blessing, your responsibility, okay? Hi, I'd like to exchange my dinars. We don't have we don't have the currency book here. We're a small bank. We don't have that ability, but we're going to send it up and... No? What you mean no? No! Give me my stuff back. There are many more banks than you. Find the one that will do it right there in front of you. Go on the back, but you're not going to do it at the teller. You're going to have your lawyer call the bank way in advance. Hello, I like to make an appointment. Yep, I got Frank coming over. We'd like, okay, what time? All righty, well, I'll be there. See you soon. Make sure you have plenty of cookies for this guy. All right, bye-bye. So we arrive, okay? So, it's me. Let's sit down. We need to talk. We're going to send your dinars. You ain't sending them nowhere. Now listen to me. And take that. Own it. Don't let them push you around and suggest that, well, it should be, or you should do this, or you need to open this. Like, listen to me. Listen to my team. You got that? If not, bye-bye. It's that simple. I have suffered enough. It's time that you listen to me now. Can you tell I'm a little tired? We'll speed this up. All right, step number 7, I think, is where we're at. Is that another one of his walking sticks?
Yes.
Give me some. That's the second time that's happened. Number what? What number is this? 7? Number 22. All right, sit down, everybody. We're all set? Let's barter. Wow, and this is our spread. I don't care. I don't want no 20% being charged at me. That's an insult. 20% is what you want for me to exchange. Every million, you want $200,000 from me? No. I got capital gain taxes. So I got 20% from you, 20% probably or more, but let's just pretend it's 20, okay? 20 from you, 20 from them, that's 40%. I'm going to be left with 60, right? My overhead with my team has already taken me down to probably around 45. No! Bye-bye. No. Sit down. Give me some perks. This 20% is stupid. You know that I can get on an airplane because I got my passport. Everybody's like, oh yeah, okay, passport. I got my passport. You know, I go to Dubai. I can go to EAU. You know what they charge me there? 5%. I'll deposit my money in their bank account. How do you feel about that? This is a foreign currency. I can take it to, out of the United States. You understand? Give me some perks. Give me free checking. Give me free MasterCard, free Visa. Give me the free services that you have. Free ATM machine services. Yeah. And you should get something out of that negotiation. Lawyer, what am I paying you for? You see why he's here? I think the hardest part will be that spread. Anybody that charges you 20%, 15%, 10%, I'll just stand up and tell them what, well, no, I better give. You know what I was going to tell him? What we told the car dealer when he said that he wouldn't take, our car in for a trade-in?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Should I tell him that?
No.
So, you get my point. Now, on top of that, number 8, 9, 8, number 8, look at here. You think I got $1 million dinars? You see those families that are sitting there, that came with me? Or, you see this list, this affidavit, it says, altogether, we have like about 100 million dinars. Some people will be able to say we got like about 1 trillion dinars. Shoot, I'd get my whole church if they got dinars. Anybody got dinars here? Oh, all of you, let's go together. And there's more strength in packs. You hunt better. So, you understand? Go there with a few dinars and ask for nothing, because you have no power to do so. Go there with a lot of dinars and demand everything that should be yours. So, while we're still, what were we at, 9? 9. So, here we are, ready to barter, and I got what I want, you're going to get what you want. You got me, you got my money, you got my dinars, you got the exchange. You just got some spread out of it. But not only that, you got my money being deposited in your accounts. Now, you want to be a real pain about it, and you want to charge me, let's say, 8, 9%, whatever. All right, go ahead, exchange me. And then wire all of that money to this bank address. Oh, no, sir, we won't get... No. You took me from 20 to, what, 10%? I told you I don't want that. I told you I want 3%. Can you do it? Well, I got to go talk to... You don't have to talk. Sit down. Can you do it? And more than likely, that type of pressure, he realizes, well, I might as well cut the facade, the pretending that I got to go and get this approved. Yeah, don't go nowhere, please. Okay, we'll take it. 100 million. And at what rate? Tell you what, no spread, no charge, no spread. Now we talking. And by the way, while we talking, number 9. That's a lot of money I'm putting in your bank. Can you guys insure it? Can we what? Can you insure it? No, not all of it. How much can you insure? $250,000? You guys are a joke. No. That's the way banks are. We only do so much. I mean, we can offer you insurances to buy more to protect your money. I'll tell you what to do. You want all of that type of money in your bank account? You buy my insurance. Well, I don't know if we can do that. No problem. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. So, you see, you're in a position, because you got a lot of money that's being exchanged into American dollars, depending on what the rate was. Now, if you don't have that, and you're just a simple person that's going in with 50,000 dinars, walk in there with pride. Here's my 50,000. What are you going to charge me? Okay, well, one should never complain about any type of a blessing, big or small. But whatever it is that you have, a lot or a little, a lot of people or just yourself, walk tall. Walk tall. Walk with pride. Walk with honor. Go on in there and exchange and take your money and please be careful. What you're about to enter, I've told you for 11 years. What you're about to enter is the hardest step of the whole monetary reform that you process. This next step is the hardest step. You have to now think for yourself. So get that entourage, that group. Maybe they can also guide and help you. FDIC, insurances by your own. Heck no, you're going to buy it for me, sucker. Number 57?
10, I think, no.
Number 10? Alrighty. Forms of communication devices. Well, we talked about it. Cell phone. What about the power pack for a cell phone? Wouldn't it be cool if your cell phone died? And I mean, there's numbers there there's information that might be important to you, and if it dies, take a backup for a backup and power pack for your cell phone. Make sure you have all the proper numbers that you need. Take a laptop with you. We have a little one about this big, and take your own laptop with you. Take a hotspot with you. They're about this big. I don't see our stuff here. It's okay. A hotbox is a device that allows you to have Wi-Fi wherever you're at. Pretty cool, huh? Number 10. You have to know when to hold them. You have to know when to fold them. And that's going to be the hardest part. And I can't advise you. I'm not a wealth management advisor. But it also greatly depends on what the rate is that comes out. Let's say that the rate comes out really small and you say, well, then just cash out a little bit of your dinars at that small rate. What do you need a month to live on? A couple thousand, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month? Let's just pretend you need $5,000 a month. times 12, that's 60,000. Take it up to 100,000. Yeah. Exchange 100,000 of whatever you may have at that low rate. That's enough to keep you going for a year. And then watch that rate in that year. Know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Because a second time, or a third, or a fourth, depending on what you do, it's up to you, your schedule, as you study and watch that rate go up or down, go up or down. Can only go up. Then later you can maybe cash out more or all of it, depending on what rate it comes out at.
Exchange.
I'm sorry?
Exchange.
Oh, what did I say?
Cash out.
Oh, I said cash out. Bad boy. Never say cash out. You only say exchange. Alrighty. Did I tell you to get a passport? Yeah, okay. I mean, a passport would really save you some money, wouldn't it? What's a passport cost? Like about $100, $150? But you could save hundreds of thousands of dollars if you decide you want to go exchange somewhere else and not the banks that are charging you ridiculous amounts. I mean, really, think about it, family. If you got 10 million dinars, and if they came out at 1 to 1, you know, wow. If they came out at 2 to 1 or 3 to 1, oh my goodness. And at 20% that the spread would take away from you, you really don't have to lose that type of money, in my opinion. Number what? 11, 12, 11?
Mm-hmm.
Look at your debt. Well, let's see here. I got a car payment. I got a mortgage payment. About 20 credit card payments. I got this. I got that. I got that. So now that you've exchanged, should you wipe out your debt? Should you just wipe it out? No. No. Leave some revolving accounts open that you can pay every month. And the reason why is because if you wipe out your debt, you will destroy your credit. It's sad, but that's the way it works in the financial and banking industry. You're not a name, you're a number. What's your credit score? Minus 48. I don't know. But that alone is how you're measured financially, with your assets and so forth. Kind of like in high school, in the college, they say, well, what was your SAT test? What was your score? 12 to 6? I don't know. I think we won. No, man. You're coming to college. Okay. So, yeah, don't pay up all of your debt. Number what? 12? 12. Oh, I caught up. Okay. Continue to hunt. Continue to hunt for the best profit possible from the spread. Like I told you, the spread, the capital gains, and I just put it at 20% just to grab a number. It might be 30, 35%. Mr. Trump, so you're thinking of cutting back capital gain taxes? No. Why not? Because we're going to have a lot of money pretty soon from our citizens, so I'm not going to lose that opportunity. And and on top of that, you're already at 40%, with this example. Good God. And then there's what? That's the federal, and then that's the spread. And then there's the state, and then there's the city, and then there's the property tax, and then there's... Yeah, there's no doubt about it that this next part is the most difficult part of our study. You're going to have to make decisions on your own. And we want to help at KTFA. What did we tell you? You watch that spread after you cash out a little bit to determine when and how much for the second time around.
Exchange.
Thank you. To exchange. Thank you, Jan. I'm just so tired of it. You want to watch that spread. No, you want to watch the rate of the Iraqi dinar after you make your first exchange so that you can determine down the road when and how much you want to exchange again as the rate either goes up or goes down. You have to know when to hold them and when to fold them. Therefore, number 12, we encourage you, watch KTFA for the information that we promised you on all the banks that we can post. Remember what we told you? Okay. You know, just as an example, what if the dinar came out at let's say three, or let's say it comes out at $2.85, just grabbing a number. The 20% spread and you know the imaginary 20% taxes that we're using right now, that's a big margin of loss. And you've got to recoup it. You need help. You need advice, and that's what I'm trying to guide you at. And also, please, don't rush your decisions. Don't run. Walk. Don't run to the bank. Walk. Do all your homework long before you go in there so that it is systematic. 1 through 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, exchanged. No delays, no glitches, no problems, no confusions, no questions. Rehearse it if you have to. Go in, get out. Number what? 14? 13?
13.
Something like that. Yeah, it all depends on what the rate is. And you don't deserve to lose anything. You don't deserve to be lottery winners. You're going to buy $1 million home. Yay, big spender. Did you also budget the $1 million home's property tax? Did you budget the $1 million home insurance? Did you budget the $1 million home maintenance cost? How about the, what do they call it? The
HOA.
HOAs. The $1 million home HOAs. Seriously? Leave me alone. Taxes. Taxes number 14. Taxes will not be paid at the bank. Golly, I can't believe people ask me that. The taxes, you'll pay them in your income tax, not at the bank. But the banks are ready to take it all away from you. They're like sharks in the water. It's their job. It's not something that I'm being derogative about. If you make one mistake, if you make any mistakes in the exchange, well, they're there to take advantage of it. And our government, fees and penalties and interest and late fee. I mean, make one mistake with our government, within a matter of hours, you'll lose everything. But I only owed $5,000. How in the world can I be owing $150,000 now? Penalties and tag and late charges. What? Be careful. All of these entities are prepared. They're professionals. They know our government, our banks. They know how to get every last penny out of you. And then you also got your uncle and your third cousin that you have never seen. Who are you? I'm Isabel. Where are you from? Georgia. I ain't never seen you, Isabel. Well, I'm second cousin to your mom's left side neighbor. Yeah. What? Can I borrow $100,000? I always did. You was always my favorite third cousin. You know, I make jocularity out of this, but you know it's true. They're gonna come out of the woodworks, man. No talk loud. No make noise loud. Don't be a lottery winner, please, okay? Lottery winners are anywhere from 1 to 4 years and they're gone. And then they're in debt. This opportunity doesn't, I don't think it's ever going to come back again in your lifetime. The internet, 1999 and 2000 is what allowed you to know about this. You didn't know about the last one in Kuwait. It usually happens every 10 years. Our government goes out of their way to rescue another country, you know. And it's good for both sides. It really is. But it's actually part of the mathematical economic formulas. And it's reflected off of our stock market every 10 years, the ebb and flow. And although the last 15, 20 years, that ebb and flow has become a little erratical. Anyways, so yeah, be mentally ready. Be mentally ready. Get your game plan, everything before you walk into that bank. And then I think we're up to number 15 or something. Let's make this the end. Let's make this the end. I can talk to you forever. But when you've come across all of these, how about now wipe out your identity? Everything that you would own, that you would buy, don't put it in your name. In my opinion, get the professionals to help you. We bring you some. Some of you have already prepared. Those that can't, you're waiting. But at least you have the knowledge now, don't you? Wipe out your, this phone. I'm throwing it in the ocean. Change your phone number. Get a new address. Change your car. And all these things, don't put them in your names. Change your phone number. Cell phone. I had one guy says, I'm changing my name. Oh man. Why? I just got a divorce. No. She'll still find you, man. I'm supposed to give you the Firefly report, but I'm not. I'm tired. I'm hoping you understand, okay? I thank you for your support. I thank you for coming tonight. You heard Walking Stick's little report, right? You know who I'm going to call next, right? So I look forward to talking to you tomorrow, but it's inside of my form. We'll do a YouTube, and we'll read you today and tomorrow's report from our Firefly at the banks. We also have something else. Remember I told you about Trade Bank? Remember I told you about Trade Bank? Oh dear, the recording is on your phone, isn't it? Remember I told you it was going to be a sequence over about 4 months of a conversation between one of our friends, one of the bank officers of Trade Bank of Iraq. Remember I told you that it would start out with, yes, I'm here to answer your questions. Hi, how are you, friend? Yes, we know, and very soon. We have that recording, and I want to play it for you. I'll probably do it on Monday. It's a good one. Delta also has a report from Trade Bank of Iraq. We got double bonus. Got a lot of stuff, a lot of material. Um, but for now, let's call it a night, okay? I need to go and get some rest. And y'all take care of each other. I hope that these ideas were helpful. Remember, it's nothing more but my opinion. Some of these things I'm going to do. Some of them I'm not. But whatever it is that you do, I wish you well. Because this next step is the hardest. God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow again on another one of our Frank 26 YouTube channel videos. Aloha. Ahui ho.